we have potential. We want to achieve huge things, but we lack clarity on how to even go about to start. And that's where a coach comes in still.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on another edition of Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do. Right here with me is a very smart lady, as you can already see. So I'll let her to introduce herself. Can you go? Can you go on?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for having me. Well, it's a pleasure, by the way, to be on this. I've been watching, other people come on, and I couldn't wait to come on myself. So yeah. But my name is Ivy Bih Ngwa, and I am a mindset and empowerment coach for women. I help women on a holistic level to just realize their inner dreams and to develop that potential which lies dormant more often than not on the inside, so that they can go on to just achieve their dreams, be it in their personal lives or in their career lives. That is what I do. And besides that, I am an educator, I'm a trainer, and I am a speaker as well.
Wow, you're doing some amazing stuff. I'm really happy to hear that, And today we're going to be talking about, some of the characteristic of a successful person, some of the characteristics that, people who are successful always exhibit. And I'm glad that you're a mindset coach, so which means you've mastered all of this, But before we start, can you give us some of the traits of a successful person?
Now, this question is something that, I've thought about before. And normally, if you ask someone, they would say the person has to be time conscious, very important. The person has to be able to persevere in the face of adversity. The person has to be able to be hardworking. Now, while those things are really, really important, I like to go a bit deeper, obviously, from the mindset perspective. I like to go a bit deeper because being hardworking is a given. Being time conscious is a given. Everyone should be. But when you go on a deeper level, there are certain things that successful people have, and one of those is the clarity of vision. Many successful people have a clarity about what their vision is all about. They might not know the individual steps to get there, but they know what that vision is. That passion burns on the inside of them to achieve that vision. And whatever knocks, whatever blocks, whatever things happen on the way, all they have is that bigger picture that they are aiming for. And of course, successful people have to be able to self-manage. And that comes along with, those knocks and those things that may happen along the way. They need to be able to manage themselves to still have that vision at the forefront, to be able to still pursue that. And then there's one really important thing. Successful people cultivate a growth mindset. I can't talk about this without talking about a growth mindset, because that will just defeat the whole purpose. And when I talk about a growth mindset, is they seek out knowledge. They seek out to invest time, to invest money, to invest effort, to invest that know-how into their business, so that the areas that they are lacking in, they can be able to develop those areas and then move forward. That vision is always still at the forefront. So those are the few things that, obviously, successful people have. There's a lot more, of course, but I just want to limit it to those.
Wow, that's very nice. I like your approach. I like everything you've said. It's really brilliant. So we in our community, like the Iwing community, a lot of people want to be successful, but they still don't understand the role that a coach can play towards their success. So what is coaching all about, and why should people, hire the service of a coach?
You see, coaching is one of those aspects that it's not very well known within our community. And one of my main goals is to bring it to our community so that we can benefit from it, because I benefited immensely from coaching. And I still do, because I have at the very least every single time 2 coaches coaching me. So coaching, the way I see coaching is, it is guiding people towards a better understanding of themselves, of their mindset, and how that mindset can limit them. Because often, if you say go to school, get a degree and all of that, it's fine. Everyone can do that. But there comes a point where there is that separation between the people everyone who went to school. Some people go ahead to achieve things. So why is it that those people go ahead? The way I see mindset coaching in particular is, my mindset is a reservoir or a tank. Okay, I like to talk in metaphor so that people can easily understand it. My mindset is a tank. That tank holds my potential. It holds every dream that I could ever think of. It holds my ability to make business, money, to connect with people, to grow, to build. What I do then as a coach is, I help people to be able to open up that reservoir, that tank. For many people, that tank has a lid. And unless you open up that lid for that potential to flow out and that person to start realizing their dreams, that person will go to the grave with their dreams and their potential. So as a coach, I help people to open that reservoir or the tank so that they can look within and see that potential in them and then move ahead.
So there's so many things that might hinder people from seeing the potential, and people may have so many obstacles, and they may not know like it's an obstacle. For instance, procrastination is one of those obstacles. So can you tell us more how procrastination can limit people from, being successful?
You see, procrastination is what many people say, that, okay, instead of, going to launch that business, I'll be scrolling on social media. Not that it's a bad thing. People just do the things that they want to do instead of doing the things that they have to do. Now, when you look at procrastination, when I work with my clients, and that is one of the things that affects most of my clients, by the way, we look beneath that procrastination. Often when people procrastinate, there is often a fear story at the back of that procrastination. It is not that they cannot do that thing. It is that they are blocked by fear. And when I talk about fear, it's not just like I'm afraid that someone will startle me. Many people are afraid of failure. Many people are afraid of success. Many people are actually afraid of getting the money that they so want to get. Many people are afraid of what other people are going to think when they start launching out. Many people are afraid of losing those connections that they've already formed. Like when I launched my business, I lost so many connections simply because when you grow and the people around you do not grow, there is a shift, there is a difference. And because those people are not growing, it's either they grow or you stay stuck. So when people procrastinate, I go deeper and ask, what are you afraid of? What is it about this thing that actually scares you and makes you not to do it? Rather, you take the easier way out. That is one of the things that I would do. Obviously, it is a whole ball game. It is a whole minefield of things that I do to help my clients. But that is one of the really, really important things that I dig in first.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope you guys are listening. And if you're trying to do something and you're stuck and you're procrastinating, IvyRose coaching is the person to talk to, and she's going to guide you for you to be successful. And today we're talking about success. We want our community to be successful. That's why we bring, expert like Ivy Ngwa to come and speak to us. So, but Ivy, you're clearly knowledgeable about your content area. What inspired you to go into coaching?
Tell you what, that is one question that I've thought about for so long, and I wouldn't say it is one thing or the other, but it's a combination of things. Now, I often tell people that until you fail at something or until you have an obstacle, before you can start looking at alternatives. Now, I was at a job I'm going to cut this long story short. I was at a job and I found it really difficult in that job. I don't want to say that there was, you know, discrimination and things like that, but I had a really tough time. And when I decided to resign from that job because it was just too much for me. And after I resigned, I started looking for answers. And whilst in my journey of looking for answers, I stumbled on coaching. And it's something that I had been doing even without knowing what it was called anyways. So I started exploring a bit more and I got hooked. And besides that, by the time I left from that job, I had already started talking to someone to seek help as well. So that person helped me in through coaching and I got hooked. And since then, that was about 7 or 8 years ago, even. Since then, I have helped so many women. I've always been passionate about women, anyways. I've helped so many women to overcome so many things in their lives. And it's not just about helping other people. Me studying my coaching content and doing my, because I am now I am certified, me studying and then helping people has also changed my own life. So I'm talking from the experience of someone who's benefited from it, and then I want to give back to other people.
I love that. And I love you say, as a coach, you also have your own coach. That is
Absolutely.
very,
I have two on standby every
that is,
single time.
that is very important. And I'm glad you're saying this thing, you know, so we all can benefit from it. But, you know, what is the process of, you know, working with you? Are you coaching only women in the UK or out of the UK as well?
Actually, most of the women that I've worked with are US based, actually, and a few of them are based in Cameroon, and then some are based in the UK. I do work with women from all over. It doesn't matter. There are some women for whom I work with, and they are in Cameroon, and we work on a one-to-one basis. I've worked with people from Bahrain as well. So it is all over. It is not just women in the UK. At the moment, I saw a comment there about, do you work with women only? What about men? Now, at the moment, I do work with women only. That is what I feel called to at the moment. I do work with women only, but it doesn't matter where you are. And the process of working with me is I base my coaching on 6 really fundamental steps. Really easy but fundamental, which I'm going to share 3. And then if anyone wants to work with me, they can come and then we work together on the other 3. Obviously, we work together on all. So the first step of working with me is I support my clients to establish their big why. There is no point in me saying that I want to go to the moon when I don't know why I am going to the moon. What is my purpose for going to the moon? Why is going to the moon really that important to me? How does it affect me? How does it impact my family, my sphere of influence? When people don't know their why, they are likely to deviate from their goals. Then the second step is finding clarity around that why. There are so many people who want to achieve big things, but they don't have clarity of vision that I talked about earlier. And the third step out of the 6, which I'm going to talk about now, is creating a strategy. This is so important. Many people have goals, they have a vision, but they have no strategy to get to that vision. And when I work with clients, what I help them do is we create together a strategy, a strategic action plan that they can follow so that they can get to their dreams or they can achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, be it in their career, in their personal lives, in their relational lives. It doesn't matter because I work on a holistic level. I really don't want to limit the aspect that I work with.
Wow, that's amazing. You've clearly broken down the, you know, the process. I mean, even me, I feel like just consulting you on many stuff right now.
Of
Guys,
course, I'm open for consultations.
make sure you contact IvyRose. So, but I went through your website and I see you have a different training going on. Can you explain that to us? You know, like which of the trainings are going on now?
So right now, I work with women on a one-to-one basis. I offer packages on a one-to-one basis. either a 3-month or 6-month package or an ongoing package. For some of my clients, they just want an ongoing package so that they can carry on to grow. And the thing I want to say is, with those, it expedites your growth. It moves your growth. If you could grow by yourself, if you could take a year to grow by yourself, with the services of a coach, it would probably take you 3 months to grow the same amount of growth that you would have grown in a year if you actually do all the work that is involved. So the first is working one-to-one. I run workshops as well from time to time, but right now it's one-to-one working and group coaching as well, which is a package that I designed for women of color. Now, I am so passionate about working with women of color because as a woman of color myself, I know the potential that we have. I also know the limitations that culture, the society, and us, we have placed on ourselves. And I want to work with women of color to open up that reservoir, that tank, and expose our potential. So at the moment, I am running Women of Color, I call it She Blossoms. She Blossoms Women of Color program. It is a 3-month program. It started. The next cohort is going to start after 3 months. I will be launching the next cohort very soon when this cohort of women kind of graduate out of the program. So those are the things that I'm running. And finally, I am running a mentoring and coaching session for young women, for young adult girls who have just gone to university and they are finding university life really, really challenging.
Wow, that's amazing. We really, really do need what you're doing. I'm sure, I mean, I'm confident it's going to, change life, So, but how can people enroll in these programs? How can they contact you?
There are several ways that people can contact me. People can contact me on Facebook. They can contact, if you are not on Facebook, you can find me on LinkedIn. I am Ivy Bih Ngwa everywhere. I'm Ivy Bih Ngwa on LinkedIn, on Facebook. On Instagram, I am Ivy_coaching, IvyRose_ coaching. And alternatively, you can send me an email at IvyRoseCorner@gmail.com.
Wow, that's amazing. Many different ways, people can reach you. But before we go, can you give us some of those factors that are hindering people in our community from, being successful in, different things that they're doing?
I think some of those factors, I'm just going to list a few. Some of them, we lack clarity. Like I said earlier, you need a clarity of purpose, of vision. We lack clarity, and we have potential. We want to achieve huge things, but we lack clarity on how to even go about to start. And that's where a coach comes in still. Also, we do lack the perseverance to be able to see the course through. We want instant gratification, and a business does not start and flourish today. No, it starts, you work through, you fail, you get up, you learn, you grow, you fail again, get up, learn, grow. It is a process. And we want that instant gratification. We want something to start now, and we want to hammer right now, right here. But it is something that grows with time. It has to grow. You have to grow it. And also, we do not seek support and the right professional support. We want to do it ourselves. We want to gain the glory that I did it, but forgetting to know that many successful business people seek professional support. They invest time, they invest money, they invest effort into what they do. And finally, we lack the strategy. We lack strategic planning. Many of us were not taught how to plan strategically in school. We've not learned it. We're not aiming to learn it, yet we want to grow. How does it happen? So these things that I've talked about and many others are things that stop us.
Wow, guys. And if you're having difficulties with all of these that Ivy just mentioned, make sure you contact her. Coaching doesn't even cost a whole lot of money, and you can do one-on-one. and I'm pretty sure the fees will be less than a bottle of wine or a lunch, you know. But thank you so much, Ivy, for sharing this wonderful information with us. Thank you all for watching. We really, really do appreciate. Make sure you contact Ivy. Ivy?
Thank you so much for having me, Ivan. I really appreciate, and I appreciate what you're doing as well, because obviously you're offering a platform for people like myself to come and talk about what we are passionate about and get other people to notice that actually there are these kind of opportunities that exist out there. So thank
Wow.
you.
It's a pleasure. We always happy to help. Thank you guys for watching, and contact Ivy. Make sure to use her service. She knows what she's talking about. She's an expert. She's going to help you. Thank you all so much, and we are out. Thank you. Azin Crazy. Oh, thank you, Wax Elegancia. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Eric Coget. Thank you all. You know, keep supporting businesses on Iwing Marketplace. Thank you.
Thank you.